All right guys, welcome back. We've got an exciting update today from Flightscope. They released their FS Golf app version 8.0, which has a lot of the features that were announced at the PGA show in January. I've had a few hours to play around with some of the new features, and I wanted to just do a video on the features that I'm most excited about, which are the environmental optimizer and the trajectory optimizer within the FS Golf app. They also released the Flightscope Tracer, which when you use a multicam camera on your phone to record your swing, it does show the shot tracer and the carry distance with that. So that is out now. Let's go right into it. I'm on the regular FS Golf range and I've hit a few 7-irons. And so what I can do, if you see the bar right under my name at the top that says weather conditions, there's a button that says EO. I can just click on that and you can see all these bars, all the stuff there on the weather conditions you can now click on. So if I just click anywhere on that weather condition bar, it pulls up the environmental optimizer. So what this does is allows you to adjust the environment, and then you can see the different data and ball flights for the environment that you're in and the one that you adjusted. You could do it a bunch of different ways, but I set up my driving range under the Flightscope standard sea level, so pretty base level conditions. On weather mode, I went ahead and hit custom. We'll just skip through a lot of these options just so I can show you. We'll come back to them. But the easiest one to show would just be at the bottom, wind influence, and I can just turn that on. And now you see wind speed and wind direction. I can put in a speed, and I got this little slider, put it up to 16 miles an hour, and then I can change the direction, but the way it is right now, it's directly into. If I close that, now if you look at the data tile for carry, there's two different numbers there. And the one on top is the one that I hit in the normal range. The one on bottom is with that 16-mile-an-hour wind into my face. You also see a different one there for the lateral distance offline. Those are pretty close. You can see the height, big difference there, and flight time as well. Spin axis stays the same. Rollout, slightly different. Total different, obviously. Descent angle, very different. So this is showing me the differences between these weather conditions that I changed. And this one isn't a really good example because it's a pretty straight shot, but if I go back, I'll find a different one. You can see the yellow line for the ball flight is the standard, and then the blue one is with that wind. So you can see the blue one on this one went much higher. Here we go. These two are a little bit different offline. This wasn't on when I hit these shots. I just turned it on. So it works on these past shots within this session as well. Let's open it back up. And so again, I'm on custom, so I'm just changing things. You can set the calculation based on D-plane, which is basically the impact condition. Since I'm indoors and don't have really a ball flight, I've got it set to calculate based on that. If I was outdoors, maybe I would change it to trajectory, but I think indoors D-plane is probably better. Then you can change the landing height. So if you want to see a difference in hitting uphill versus downhill, you can check that box and say, what's the difference whenever I hit 22 feet uphill? What's my carry? What's my rollout? All those things. There's a bunch of different things that you could work on with this, not just wind or elevation or whatnot. And then you got weather conditions. You can go based on altitude or pressure. I have it on pressure. I could change the temperature. If I just want to see it's 77 degrees right now, what would it be like at 105? How much farther would the ball carry? I could manually adjust that. Humidity and then wind speed. Of course, now let's do like a side wind. So I click that. I've got a right to left wind now and close it. And there's a huge difference in ball flight. You can see carry's about the same, but if you look at the lateral, my regular shot was 1 yard right of the target. And with that 16-mile-an-hour wind, I'm almost 20 yards left of the target. So that's custom, and I'm just manually adjusting things, but you can also go into location. If you scroll down to number 4, location, I actually put one in here already. I just went to add location manually, and I went find on map, and I put in an address for Sanctuary Golf Course in Colorado. That's this address here, this Daniels Park Road. I'll turn wind off. This is on air pressure, and you can see it pulled the weather from that address just a few minutes ago. And you can see Now my carry distance normally was 140, it went up to 151. So about 11 yards difference with that 8-iron just based on the location. We'll change it back to custom, and then I want to turn the wind back on, and yeah, let's just do this right to left wind, and we'll turn it up quite a bit, 18 miles an hour. And then I'll just hit a shot just so you can see what it looks like in real time. So there you go. That was a pretty good shot, and you can see the blue line, the difference in that 18-mile-an-hour wind, and they both kind of go in real time. If you go into the top view and then into grouping, you've actually got different environmental shot and your regular shot in a top view grouping, and then you've got this little chart in the top right that shows your averages with the environmental adjustments and without. And then you've got standard deviation for both lateral, left and right, and forward, front and back. The next one that I'll show is the trajectory optimizer. You go into your different views here and you'll see there's a new one for trajectory optimizer. We'll click on that. And you can see here are all my shots with the 8-iron that I just did. I'm just gonna hit the top button next to 8-iron to select every shot. And there you can see now I've got some data pulled in. You can see the heat map from my face impact location, and then you've got smash factor, launch angle, and spin. And these are giving me optimal ranges, and it's showing me the average from all the shots that I just hit. You can see my smash of 1.31 is just at the bottom of optimal. My launch angle is 22.7, and that's just under the optimal range. I need to get that to at least 23.4, and my spin is 6201. That's actually on the high end. And then you can see the ball flight at the bottom. The green is optimal, and mine is a little bit short. I'm gonna hit carry at the top. This is set for high trajectory. If I just wanted a mid trajectory, now these ranges change. My smash is still right there at the bottom of that optimal range. My launch angle is pretty much right in the middle for a mid trajectory. My spin is still on the high side. This is kind of useful, definitely if you're trying out different clubs and you want something to compare to, like where should my driver spin be for a mid trajectory, low or whatever. This is a really cool use of augmented reality, showing the ball tracer and ball data overlaid on top of your swing video that you record using the FS Multicam app. I'm going to walk you through it all, plus the video connection looks a little bit different in FS Golf. I'm in the FS Golf app on my iPad, and I'm just going to go into the different views, and I'm going to go to the video view. And this looks a little bit different than it did before, but if you go into the top right into camera setup, you've got some different options here. So I'm gonna go into multicam, and I am already connected, but I'll show you what to do if you're not already connected. I'll start recording my iPhone screen here. So I'm gonna open the Flightscope Multicam app, and yeah, I'm already connected. But if you're not, you just look at that QR code there. You can enlarge it and then use your phone to scan the QR code, and it will ask you to join the network. Let's see here. Sometimes you have to get it in focus. Yeah, there you go. You're already connected. If I wasn't, it would ask me to join that network. So here we are, the multicam server from Bobby's iPhone is connected, and I go back to cameras, and I'm just gonna remove the iPad rear camera. I just want one, and then close it. And now we're looking at the video view from the back of my iPhone. The next thing I'm gonna do is hit the tracer button at the top of my iPhone, and it's gonna walk me through step by step what to do. So first thing is stand in front of the radar and scan the ground. So I'm actually gonna put the ball on my hitting strip and then stand in front of the ball and pretty much just do what it says here. I'm scanning my mat, just like the picture, and I'm going to hit confirm. And then next. Now, I've got a ball on my screen, and it says position the ball so that it covers the ball, the real ball. And so I'm just going to position it right over the real ball, and then hit next. Now I've got this little MEVO Plus on my screen, and it wants me to overlay it onto my real MEVO Plus. I'm using the limited edition, so it looks a little bit different color there. But I'm just going to put it right there and click confirm. And now it's still there. You can see that, it's pretty cool. Now I'm going to hit next. And if I look back at my hitting area, you can see it's got a square and an arrow. Now, this took a little bit of playing around with, but if you notice the arrow, depending on where I set the camera up on a tripod, if I stand over here to the left, the trajectory is kind of going that way. If I step over here to the right, it's kind of going that way. So this probably works best if you're just directly behind your MEVO Plus. So I'm just going to stick it on this tripod here, directly behind, almost directly behind my MEVO Plus. And now I'm ready to hit some shots. So I'll just hit a couple. Not a good shot. But the iPad is going to pick it up and show me my carry, the trajectory, the height, and the ball speed. Let's see if I can hit a better one. Yeah. Coming back to look at my iPad, the video is going to automatically replay, and there we go. So now, if I'm going onto the iPad, I can click down here at Gallery in the bottom left, and this is my last shot. And I can hit the draw or record button here at the top, and I'm able to draw lines if I want to. Leave it there. I can hit this little far left button and slow it down to, let's do half speed, replay it. You can look how terrible this swing looks. But yeah, you can draw on it. You can save that stuff if you want. I will not. And then right down at the very bottom, there's the More button with the 3 dots. You can click on that and click Share. And now you can select this video that we just took, and you're able to share it to Flightscope Cloud, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. If you hit More, you can bring up other options, and you can text message it or whatever you want to do. But that's how you share it. Now, really cool feature. It took me a while. I didn't even notice the Flightscope logo on my hitting mat there that it does. So really cool. Like I said, don't forget to update your FS Multicam app as well as the FS Golf app. Got to do both to the latest setting for it to work. And that's about it. Flightscope as a company, I just feel like really continues to bring out new stuff and release it to everybody with no additional subscription. I'm looking forward to getting outdoors with it and trying out the environmental optimizer and the shot tracer. If you guys are interested in MEVO Plus, or you already have it and you want the Pro package add-on or the face impact location, Flightscope has hooked me up with a discount code. The code is friendly. Put that in at checkout. You'll get 5% off on any of the add-ons or the unit itself, or all of them together. That should work with any sale that's already going on, so it'll be in addition to that. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, bobby@friendlygolfer.com, or leave them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.